someone was absent at the Globes. And where was Trump? Hang on a sec here, just to remind you, Sebastian Stan even played Donald Trump in a movie called The Apprentice, which was nominated and for which he won. But Donald Trump, our president in 14 days, was absent. His presence as something that was harped upon in the mainstream media, constant Trump, anti-Trump rhetoric. There might have been one Trump veiled mention, if I recall, from Nikki Glaser. No speeches brought him up. And Sebastian Stan, even his acceptance speech, he didn't say anything really about Trump. It was a good speech. He was very humble.
Last night the chat commented on it that there was little to really no politics whatsoever. And I think someone in the chat was like, well, they lost.
Yeah,
they lost. It's 100%. Over.
I think that their publicists are telling them, shut up, be quiet.
Yeah. Well, I think
they're listening to Ricky Gervais.
Well,
yeah. Oh, that Ricky was hilarious. The jokes he would have told.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alan, do you have a story that relates to this?
Yes, it's from the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay, if you would share.
Out there. Why Donald Trump's name went unmentioned at the Golden Globes. This is from Kevin Dolick from the Hollywood Reporter. The revamped 2025 Golden Globes came out and went on Sunday night with its entertaining glamour. Stars crammed into the Beverly Hilton ballroom, blah, blah, blah. But one looming entertainer was notably absent from the lips of attendees, President-elect Donald Trump. Aside from a brief gag from host Nikki Glaser about Hollywood's inability to stop his re-election in November, the incoming president and the myriad of anti-liberal policies he is threatening to tighten over the next 4 years largely went unmentioned. Mentions that Nikki ended a gag with, "I'm scared." It goes on to say basically that there's paragraphs of people afraid that if they made a joke about Trump that he would come after them. But I want to come down toward the end here. Or maybe the Hollywood award show set decided to take the data into account. While the sentiment has been in the air for years now, this is the first Globe since the 2023 poll from Hollywood Reporter Morning Consult looking at the influence of celebrities found that 47% of 2,000 people polled didn't think stars' voices are effective at changing minds. And a mere 10% indicated that celebrities who are going to make political statements should mostly use events such as award shows as a forum. The poll also found 20% responses said they trust a celebrity opinion more if they won major awards like the Oscar, Emmy, or Grammy. The Globes don't quite match the gravitas of that trifecta, which may have accounted for stars' willingness to go off a bit in the past years, and now may be the reason not to bother.
Not worth the rub.
Yeah. So it's showing that there's a low percentage who trust celebrity political endorsements. And then as this concludes, that the Globes are just not big enough to mention Trump at.
That's hilarious. We'll see. Actually, we'll see what the ratings are, Alan. I don't know if the ratings are in, if we can find that. But yeah, I'm guarantee after the results of the election, and to be a lot of people in the chat mentioning Justin Trudeau has resigned because he's a terrible leader, objectively speaking.
Gavin Newsom next.
Well, Gavin Newsom can't run.
Culture war is not over.
No, but
Don't
he
get
can still
complacent.
resign.
Yeah, I wish he would. I mean, all the metrics on California are terrible. There were like 1,000 new laws that went into effect in California. Did you know that, Alan?
Yeah,
I know Alan keeps up with that.
Yeah, like the no voter ID law.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So I think that publicists told all of their clients, shut up about politics. No one cares what you think. You're not swaying. You're not winning hearts and minds. Be quiet. But it says something. In spite of that, Sebastian Stan won for playing Trump. How could you? So it is a little weird that
no. He won for.
He didn't win for Trump.
He won for.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, a different man. He was. Yeah,
fake news.
He was nominated.
Movie was nominated.
He was nominated.
He was nominated. Yeah.
But I saw that movie. No one else saw that movie either, except Alan and I. A different man. It's a really good film. It's a comedy at its heart, but it's a really dark comedy.
Well, we keep talking about that. You know, Superman is going to be a make or break for DC, and Fantastic Four is going to be a make or break for Marvel. I think right now, just period, man, this is a make or break for Hollywood right now. Like, I think people are tired. We're not going to suffer fools anymore like we have. I think a lot of these people realize that their jobs, their careers are all on the line, and they have to, you know, play ball and just shut up and do their job, or they just don't work anymore. And I think a lot of these actors are realizing this. And if they're not realizing it, their publicists sure are realizing it. And best believe their agents are realizing this, because I guarantee you some agents have had some hard talks with these people over the past couple of months.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the downfall of like the Hollywood celebrity has been happening for a very, very, very long time, especially with them being so outspoken. And I think that like Hollywood blaming the audiences not showing up to all of these like activist movies or movies starring all women, you know, but the crap that they're putting out is garbage, and then blaming the audiences for not showing up. It's people are tired of it, and they're not going to support Hollywood anymore. And you know, the mask is off. Like all of these celebrities are really showing their true colors. The fact that so many people came out and endorsing Kamala Harris during the election was just laughable. Like Deadline put out that article that listed every single celebrity that came out for Kamala Harris, and she still lost. And I think that it's a big, huge wake up call that, oh, maybe, you know, we don't have the influence that we think we do. They don't live regular people's lives. You know, they live in this bubble in Hollywood in their, you know, elite houses. And regular people are now saying like, you know what, y'all live over there. You're in a completely different money bracket than we are. You're not really truly seeing what regular people are going through nowadays, and we're not going to support you guys. And it's been shown through all of these box office failures throughout the past couple of years. People aren't showing up. So yeah, they're going to now sit down and shut up, because if they continue to, you know, speak out and open their mouths and talk about all this crap that nobody fucking cares about anymore, that nobody's going to show up to their movies. They haven't been. No, audiences have been like protest. They're not going to show up for you if you're going to, you know, treat audiences this way. So yeah, the publicist probably did tell them, be quiet. I was actually surprised, because that's one of the reasons why I stopped watching all of these award shows, was because of like those the lectures that they put on when they win these awards. It's like, I'm tired of hearing it. I don't want to hear it anymore. So I just stopped watching.
Yeah. Here's a really interesting clip with Demi Moore, and they're talking about the one scene in The Substance where she's going out, and it's just interesting clip with all the nominees. So I'm going to play this. It's short.
It's always been on what I do to myself.
Yes.
Internalized.
There was that powerful scene.
The going out scene?
Yes.
Oh my Lord, Demi.
It spoke, it was such an intimate and just raw, transparent, you know, portrayal of what we can do to ourselves.
Yes.
How we commit self-harm on a daily basis sometimes without even touching our bodies. We can just be so like, you're not worthy of going out, and the removal of the makeup and even in the way that you were looking at yourself with so much. You were so self-critical, you know, and I felt it, and it was so powerful. Thank you.
I'm so
powerful
to you. I'm so grateful.
I think it would be exhausting to go out with any of those women. I'm just saying, like,
Probably so, but at the same time, I'm glad
God.
Demi Moore is getting her flowers, man. I mean, she should have got them a long time ago.
All right, we're going to talk about Squid Game, and we have other
Actually,
topics.
do you want to talk ratings real quick?
Oh yeah, ratings. Put them
okay,
up.
so let's just do a quick poll here. But last year was Barbenheimer. Globes got 6.3 million. Are we up or are we down?
Down.
Okay, here we go. Golden Globes rating rebound at 9.4 million
Whoa!
viewers.
Wow.
From the 2020.
Wow, really?
That's impressive.
Well, the host change helps, and also the election. Everyone probably went to go see. Let's see what they do. So you know,
that's true.
That's surprising.
That's true.
That is very surprising.
But also, again, you know, they're the last month at the box office. People have been doing well. You got movies like Wicked that were represented, and Wicked was a big hit. It makes people look. Hollywood is a very fickle business, and the people in it are very fickle. All you need are good movies or people buying things that they're enjoying, and that buys a lot of goodwill. And right now, the last month leading up to the Golden Globes, there's been a lot of goodwill toward the movies that came out. I mean, even shows like Shogun representing. Shogun was a great show. Penguin was a great show. You know, and you know, you could tell. I'll tell you something else. I've never seen in the pre-show, the actors seem far more relaxed than normal.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of really fun interaction. I mean, before they even got into on the red carpet and stuff, you had a lot of other actors coming up to congratulate actors that they'd worked with previously. It seemed like there was a lot more goodwill, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like after the election, people just felt like they could breathe again.
Yeah,
I think on both sides that we could just stop with the nonsense and just get back to life.
Hey, Chris, look, the Nerdist is in the chat.
Nerdrotic.
Yeah, Nerdrotic. Yeah, that's from this year. 9.4 million viewers, so it rebounded. It went back up.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it is Gary. Gary promises he's going to watch all the award movies. Good luck, buddy.
Just watch I
don't even know if they're playing near you, and I wouldn't even recommend. Most of them are. Well, I'll talk to you Wednesday, Gary, on the Nooner. We'll discuss.
Yeah.
But
start with Amelia Perez, then go to the Brutalist, and we'll see how you feel.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, God. I wonder if he'll finish Amelia Perez.
He'll throw a Andrew Garfield head again and break another monitor.
Mm-hmm. I watched some of Gary's Nooner today, and I just felt like so in sync with him when he's saying, like, I'm a nerd. I haven't watched any of these things, and I felt so seen.
Yeah, no, he's right.
There's always been this growing, ever expanding disconnect between, I think, nerds, especially when it comes to these award ceremonies that I feel like there's a new award ceremony every year too. There just seems to be so many. And yeah, they're just never, it's such a rare thing. When I was surprised that Colin Farrell won, it's so well deserved, but it's so rare when that happens, that any of these things that the masses and that sci-fi fans have seen, that are represented and recognized for their achievements.
Well, it's interesting too, because oh, sorry, go ahead.
Or isn't that why they added that new category, the box office?
That wicked one.
Cinematic and box office.
What even is that, though? I don't even understand what
it's all in the title.
How that's measured. Is it just box office gross?
It's the most popular movie based on box office.
Yeah.
Well, who won? Which one was it?
Wicked won. That one
won, but it should have been Deadpool and Wolverine.
Robert, what were you going to say?
I don't even understand that. If it's box office, then.
I was going to say, like, the thing about having been a lifelong nerd and always seeking out or product we imagination connoisseurs love. The thing about Penguin is it was a crossover. You know, if you were not a Batman fan and you didn't know much, it works as a crime thriller the same way. If you like Breaking Bad or you like The Sopranos, you can tune in and watch The Penguin because the Batman iconography was kept to a minimum. So I love seeing when things that nerds love. I mean, nerds love Squid Game. Squid Game's right up our alley, and it became a global phenom. And I think it's cool when we do have something like a Penguin that crosses over, where we can sort of claim it as our own.
How did Jodie beat Kristen though for that? Did you see True Detective Night Country?
Oh, what a disappointment!
I'm just wondering, like, why did they do that?
Well, how was her performance? Was she good in it?
Yeah, for Kristen Miliani not to win is
insane. She was incredible. That was incredible.
That's crazy.
Make it make sense. I can be fine with Penguin losing to something else, but those Colin and Kristen specifically.
Well, and Timothée Chalamet should have been nominated for Doom Part 2 specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure he's great. He's a great actor. I'm sure he's great as Bob Dylan, but his performance as Paul Atreides, the one scene, you know, and when they're in the catacombs, the Paul Muad'Dib Atreides scene, like that is award-winning for sure.
The boy has gravitas.
He really does.
Yeah, he sold it. So I don't know. So again, it's like not getting the proper recognition for, I mean, that's an award-winning performance. Yes, it's in a genre film, but
it's also a sequel. They see it, even though it's not a sequel, they see it as a sequel.
Right.
You know, because it's
that was what I thought
too. And yeah, you know, that's it's really interesting because having watched, you know, spending a lifetime because I love the Oscars. I've loved the Oscars since I was a kid. You know, it'll never go away. But the fact that movies have fallen in favor as far as a cultural force since the 21st century began, it's sort of problematic. But I also think that I don't think people necessarily watched all of the Penguin. It was safe. They knew it was safe to vote for, so you had to get into it to see what Kristen was able to do in that show. You have to have actually sat down and watched all the episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
And what isn't it? They only submit one episode for the Globes.
You have to watch all of them all the way through because she goes.
Yeah,
on
but
a journey. I think
the Emmys do that. You submit one episode for a performance. I'm not sure about the Globes though.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think a lot of people just haven't. They haven't seen. There's prejudices. There's people's like that's why Dune Part 2, even though it's just the back half of the adaptation, they still see it as a quote unquote sequel. And so it doesn't get the love. It won't get the love it deserves in the awards. I mean, in the Oscars and the Golden Globes, it's kind of negated. It could be the best movie in the whole world, but because it's a part 2, it gets diminished in terms of consideration.
I mean, the thing is, though, Colin Farrell did win, so I mean, it's not like they're being biased against genre movies or shows. Colin won. So, I mean,
he won because they probably watched the 1 or 2 episodes and watched the video of him transforming into the Penguin.
No, sure. No, I get that. But I think maybe, and look, I wanted Christina to win. I wanted her to win.
Won.
Huh?
She should have
won.
Yeah. No, 100%. I'm saying, but also what I'm saying, though, is I can't say it's because of this reason or that reason she lost. You know what I mean?
She's older, right? Like, do you think, Dante, that Jodie just let's give her a Golden Globe?
I think it is. Maybe it is because you know what? They did the same thing with Denzel. They gave it to him for Training Day. When you got Glory, when you got which he did win for Glory, he won Best Supporting, but he had all these landmark movies, and then he wins for Training Day. Don't get me wrong, love Training Day, great movie, loved his character Alonzo. It's iconic, but he won for that instead of all the other movies that he's worked on,
Yep.
And same thing with Pacino. Pacino, they give it to him for Sin of a Woman. Instead of Dog Day Afternoon, instead of all these great movies that Pacino was in, they gave it to him for Sin of a Woman. So I mean,
Paul Newman with Color of Money. He should have got it.
Yes, exactly.
But Gandhi.
So maybe that's what they did with Jodie Foster. It's like, hey, you know
Penguin
what?
Season 2. Let's hope they do right by them, and maybe she'll get it next year.
Well, that's the thing too. Wasn't it nominated for a limited series category, and now they're gonna get a season 2?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The studios submit what category the thing goes under, so the rules are weird.
Hey, yeah, Pia Zadora won.
Yeah.
Gary points out. Yeah.
Yeah, but Pia Zadora was in Voyage of the Rock Aliens with Craig Schaefer, so she can always be number 1 in my book.